But there's some steep, switchbacks on this, and you're definitely in first gear going up those. See there? That's a first gear hill. That's to the left for a while. Yeah, they had a cave away here, and they had to cement this. Yeah. Damn it. Okay, so we're heading, let's see, north up Highway 191, and we're going to take a left down here on Potash Road and go back and do a pullover stop, a little hike back to Corona Arch. It's just along the Colorado River, so that'll be fun. Get some nice pictures. And then we're going to continue and run Long Canyon, and then if all goes well, we'll be on 313 a little bit, and then run Mineral Bottom Road. Okay, so I'm still continuing along Potash Road, but it drops from 55 to 40 miles an hour here because there are petroglyphs on these cliffs, and so there's a lot of pullover places for people to stop and look at the petroglyphs. Also, this is a popular place on the right for rock climbing. You know, they have rock climbing adventure outfits that bring people here, and they do rock climbing. You'll probably see some, yeah, there's some right there as we go past. So change of plans. I pulled into the trailhead for Corona Arch, and there's another arch there as well, but I read the sign, and it said it was a little bit more than 3-mile round-trip hike of moderate difficulty, which is, pretty strenuous, and I don't have time for that given the riding that I want to do. It was about exactly the same length as the hike I do nearly every day of the week back home at Sugar Creek Metro Park, but I just hiked almost 8 miles yesterday and saw a bunch of arches yesterday. I hate to miss Corona Arch because it's beautiful. I've studied pictures of it. But anyway, life is choices, and I'm choosing not to do that, and so that I can ride Long Canyon, and especially Mineral Bottom Canyon, which I got excuse me, rained out of a couple days ago. So anyway, it's all good, and so we're continuing down Potash Road, and we'll be to the trailhead for Long Canyon here in a few minutes. Okay, so we're just leaving the Long Canyon trailhead. So this is a first through third gear trail. A lot of second gear. But right now, as you can see and maybe hear, I'm in third gear. But there's some steep, switchbacks on this, and you're definitely in first gear going up those. And, I just can't say enough good things about the Triumph Scrambler 400X. It's been great. I've been here a little over a week. I've ridden close to 500 miles, most of it off-road, and it's been great. Like I mentioned before, I had the gearing changed to increase the gear ratio, so you didn't have to shift every 3 seconds, and it still has plenty of power, even with me all geared up and my Moscow Moto Reckless 80 luggage on it. Or you put it in first gear, and as the saying goes, you can climb a wall if you can get traction. So really happy. And you do have to get on highways here, either 55 or 65 mile an hour highways, and that's when it's one of the times when the 15-tooth gearing change really pays off. It cruises really nice on 65 mile an hour highways. I've had it up on long, rural stretches to see how it cruised at 75, if I were ever have to get on an interstate, and it's nice. I forget how many RPM it's doing, but way better than when it had the lower gearing in it, the original 14-tooth sprocket. That was nice. Yeah, you just can't beat these views. So as is always the case, we're just going to take a nice gentle cruise up through here, as gentle as a rough road can be, and enjoy what we can't see back in Ohio. Ohio has different charms, but it doesn't have desert terrain. Thank goodness. You come out to a new place, especially if it's a different climatic environment. You think, okay, could I live here? And yeah, I probably could live here. Now, this is not July, August, and September where it's, 98 degrees every day. It's always nice when you look back and nobody's behind you, which, usually there isn't. But when there is, it's like, okay, go ahead and pass me. I know I'm old and slow. I'm cautious. I'm careful. I'm not slow. I'm deliberate. Yeah, that's it. Boy, is the Scrambler going to need a bath and a detailing when it gets home. You can tell it's been riding in the desert. I have to remember to, take pictures of it. Maybe walk around it and shoot some close-up video of the desert all over it when I get home. Before I clean it. Okay, here's where we get into some first gear stuff. Let me pull over here and I'll show you. Yep, see there? That's a first gear hill. Nice. All right, let's go up it together. The Triumph would pull this in second easily, but I don't want to. I like that sure-footed instant response of first gear. Look at those needles up ahead. Look at that up ahead. This is when, you're supposed to ride right, but you can't because you'll slide into the gully. So I'm keeping an eye out up ahead, and if anybody comes, we'll deal with it. There, now I can get back over. These Dunlop Rally Raids just stick to this stuff like glue. Really happy with them. I thought about coming out here with the stock tires. That would have been a big mistake. That would have really limited me. Well, it would have been dangerous had I tried to do anything like this trail. Got a Jeep coming up here. But it would have just intimidated me, too much. They wouldn't have been nearly as grippy, and I would have been nervous riding all the time. Plus, there would have been trails I simply wouldn't have attempted that these can do fairly easily. So, but I thought, all right, I'm going to have to put them on anyway. Might as well do them before the Utah trip. That was a real stroke of luck that I decided to do that. Okay, another fun hill climb. Scrambler goes up this like nothing. It doesn't even log down. for a while. I'd like to stop here and get off, but I'm not going to. That would be a mistake. When I get on top, I'm going to stop because there's a real nice place to sit and take a break up there. What am I doing? 17 miles an hour, just to let you know. So I thought to take off, the traction control and put it into off-road mode. Alright, so here we're going to go into first gear. I think this is the rock tunnel. Yes, it is. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that neat? And this is steep stuff. And another steep hill. Scrambler X just cruises through it, draining her out. It should be getting close to the top. Yeah, this might be it. I'll see the top here in a second. This is a frequent stopping point because it's flat. Yep, here we go. Take a break here. And good, we've got a good kickstand angle. Around a little bit, make sure everything's nice and tight on here. So I had an extended stop at the top of Long Canyon up on the mesa, which is where I'm at now, and a couple of Utah natives came along and chatted me up, which was nice. Told me some other good places to ride in Utah. Won't have time to do it this trip, but I'll look them up and see. Maybe next time. So we'll continue to take Long Canyon Road out to the highway, and we'll hang a right for a couple miles, and that should be the Mineral Bottom trailhead. So we just entered Mineral Bottom Road. This is the road that I was going up day before yesterday when all hell broke loose with the weather. I'm having a feeling of being in the Australian outback, and there's Ayers Rock up ahead. I don't know if anybody from Australia will ever hear this, but I'm sure they're laughing right now. So we've arrived at Mineral Bottom Canyon after I'm sure it was a more than 10-mile run in. So I'll pull over in this parking spot and check out what the board has to say, and see where we go. Okay, so here we go down Mineral Bottom Road into the canyon. Don't really know what to expect other than it's a ledge road or a shelf road with switchbacks. So we'll just engine brake down it in second gear, unless I need to engine brake down it in first gear. Oh yeah, death to the right. So this is Mineral Bottom Canyon. I assume they haul minerals out of here on this shelf road. I don't know. I'll have to research it, and if I find out anything good, I'll, you know, put it in the video titles. Death to the left, and then death to the right. Wow, what a view. Goodness. Cave away here, and they had to cement this. Shades of Schaefer Trail switchbacks. Yeah, I'd like to pull out there and take a picture, but it's too steep. I'd have a bike drop for sure. So we'll take some still shots from me on the bike. Maybe when we get to the bottom of the canyon, I'm sure there'll be a place to pull over. Take some photos. But what's the saying? This is all business right now. Oh. It is a thrill ride for off-road motorcyclists or anybody interested in off-roading. I'm sure tons of Jeeps and trucks come up this. Well, that was quite the thrill ride coming down that. That was honestly a little bit more intimidating than the Schaefer Trail switchbacks, honestly. Not by much, but a little bit. Now that it's over, that was fun. Isn't that always the case? It was fun while I was doing it, but, you know, you're always a little bit apprehensive and, you know, a little bit nervous. Look at this valley that it's brought us down into. Oh, I'm glad I put the 360 on, you know, before I entered the descent. That's great. You know, I'm going to pull over right here. This is good enough.